whatever, this is what I've done my entire life, so let me just be overweight. I don't know. Like, it is our responsibility at the end of the day to care for our bodies, even after getting to this point, you know?
Yeah. Even after being like, well, I'm far gone. No, let's do something about it, girl.
Let's do something about it, for sure.
Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Amen Sister. Today we are talking about something that, in my opinion, does not get talked enough about. And we're going to dive into it in our perspective. And before we tell you guys what we're talking about, let me just set the stage. We're not coming at it from a perspective that we have it together, because we clearly don't. We're talking about this in the sense of, hey, we're in this situation realizing as we're going. And this is why we see that it's important to talk about it. What are your thoughts about it before we or how about here, you break it down. What are we going to talk about?
You want me to break it down?
Yes.
Okay, guys, today we're talking about gluttony.
And if you don't know what that means, literally give us the definition of what gluttony means.
Gluttony just means overindulging in food to the point where it's no longer okay. Like, you know? And granted, as Liliana said, we're not coming at this topic from an expertise point. It's more so like, oh, we realized and now we're here and we're like, we need to talk about it. Okay?
And it's something that we don't get, I haven't seen people talk about it in this lens. Yeah.
And I also think that it's not a common topic.
It's not.
But recently I have been getting it be more known to me, at least, where people are talking about it, and I'm like, it's starting to pick up an interest in me.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
To know more about it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we discussed that gluttony is literally the problem you have with food, why do you think we have a problem with it?
That is such a heavy question, because it can be a lot of different things, even from the way you grew up, not understanding food in all of its context. We just eat to eat and that's it. We have never or it's not uncommon to not know what all goes into nutrition and everything. So you're just eating.
See. Because from the lens of my childhood, dude, it is so embarrassing to admit, I did not know how to read the nutrition facts that come on what you're eating.
On
the back of any product.
Yeah.
For the longest time. Probably a year or 2 years ago, where I was like, what?
Yeah.
There's this is actually a thing where you have to understand how much of food you're consuming in terms of the calories that you're consuming, in terms of the total everything, literally every single thing. And so going back to why this is not something we're taught or why we know much about is because in our childhood, nomás comíamos por comer, y we weren't taught what the entire thing of hey, this, for example, vegetables are high in this versus the meat is high in protein. And so you need to balance out your meal so you feel fuller and it's better for you. Nomás comíamos por comer because that's what we were. And talk about the scarcity mindset of always eating, and even though you were so full, not feeling like there could be leftovers. There was leftovers were not a thing.
I struggled with that so much until recently, actually, that I was going out for dinner let's say at a restaurant, and I caught myself a couple of times being oof, this is a lot of food, but let's finish it tonight.
Ya estoy aquí. Might as well.
Yeah, I might as well. Cuando you could simply ask for a box, where is the not knowing of, your body will give you all of the cues of you're full. Once you already feel that you're full, you already ate too much, because you should be okay, I'm satisfied, but you should no longer feel the hunger. But it's not this, if you're already ooh, no, you're already over it.
If you're if you can't breathe anymore, you're already way past the line of when you should have stopped.
Yeah. But I feel food has a bigger toll on us because we've normalized it so much. Think about it. Anytime you go to social events, anytime we're like, hey, let's get together, let's hang out. What are we going to do? We're going to go eat at a restaurant. Like, it's just so normalized in this culture, at least that we're in, to be like, oh, we're going to get together. There's going to be food, you know? Mm-hmm. It's just such a big part of our culture. Mm-hmm. But I also don't know where we draw the line to be like, okay, like, yes, you can enjoy food because, I mean, God gave us taste buds too to enjoy it. But where's where we draw the line of being like, okay, let's enjoy it, but also not let it take over us, you know?
Yeah. It's so good. And again, this topic is from the perspective of we've always struggled with it. Mm-hmm. So just kind of realizing that that's where, for the longest time, I didn't realize that it was so much deeper than food. Mm-hmm. And break that down. Why do you think that is?
So I think that when it comes to gluttony, it's almost, I mean, it is food is a huge addiction, just like drugs, just like anything else. It can be such an addiction, and everyone picks it up in different ways. For me, I had found that the pattern that I was noticing when overeating was it had to do with my emotions. Like, if I was bored, if I was sad, if I was mad, I was trying to find something to eat because that was like my comfort. You know, I found comfort in eating. And not until I realized not that long ago that that's what I was doing. Like, it's something that you don't have consciousness of until you look at the other end and you're like, okay, yes, I do go to food for comfort, you know?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing as any other addiction. Like,
it's literally just as bad.
It's just
or
as
even
bad.
Worse because, we'll paint it at that. But it's the fact that it plays into everything, and the fact that food is not meant to be something that you overindulge in. It's supposed to be for nourishment. And again, we've never known that. I mean, I'm talking about us, like my perspective.
Yeah.
It took me most of my life to figure out, oh, yeah, like, how do I actually alimentarme? I'm trying to find the word for in English. How do I
nourish my body?
My body versus I'm just eating to eat, or everything I ate is literal trash that I'm going to be hungry in the next 30 minutes and that did nothing for me.
Yeah.
I've never understood that until literally when we say not that long ago, maybe like a year ago.
Yeah.
Where we're like, whoa, dude, we have been messing up so bad. And it plays into everything. I also want to touch on I want to open the can of worms of what happens when you let yourself go because of gluttony.
Ooh.
Let's open that can of worms.
That's a can of worms for sure.
Because you're like, food is, I'm telling you, I think that this whole topic of food probably, like, that's why it doesn't get talked enough about, because it's so silly to say, yeah, like, food is so much deeper than just food. Like, it is so much deeper. And if you truly te pones a pensar, what happens when you overeat? You start gaining weight.
Yeah.
What happens when you start gaining weight? You start getting insecure.
Yeah.
What happens when you start getting insecure? You start comparing yourself. You start not feeling enough. You start, the consuming of it that takes a toll on you is, you prevent yourself from becoming your best version because now you have this whole set of problems to deal with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so let's talk about that. Why do you think, again, the deepness of understanding gluttony and what that does to you is it takes your power away. Like, it's so much deeper than food.
It is. It's a lot deeper than you loving food and overeating. And this is not something that, I don't know, it's such a sensitive topic, but I think people need to understand where we're coming from. It's like, if you were to overeat something once because you really love it, like, I think we've all been there. That's not an issue. The issue is when it's every single day or constantly, you don't gain weight from one day to another.
Exactly.
It's an over time thing that you're constantly doing this habit. Mm-hmm. So I think that going back to why it's like more than just food is because it has to do with the habits you're building with. Dude, do you realize that the decisions that you make with your food, with your nutrition, also affect your family too? Like,
in what way?
Yeah, like, think about it. If you grew up not knowing any of this and stuff, that means that us as kids, we were not raised with this knowledge. Therefore, we now as adults deal with this.
See.
And so forth. If you don't fix that issue, it's going to continue to hurt or to go into other generations and so forth.
Yeah.
And again, like you were saying, spiritually, there is this temptation that comes with food. Like, the fact that you're not able to say no to food is a huge issue.
That you can't say no to yourself.
That you can't say no to yourself. In order... I hadn't realized how much you actually have to die to yourself to eat properly. Until I was doing the Daniel fast. And
when the Lord says die to yourself, homeboy should have pointed out that it's talking about food too, in the sense that you can, dying to yourself is understanding that there's a limit with what you can and can't do, not because you can't, that you shouldn't, porque it doesn't benefit you. Yeah,
that's so good.
Yeah. And talking about how we carry this over to generations, dude, I don't think my parents probably knew any of this information, and like, we don't blame them, but that's probably why, like, I don't know. Do you consider we were these kids that didn't know, like, we weren't being nourished properly? Because again,
well, I just think if you don't have the awareness of it, like, you just go about it without,
you're like, well, she's still eating, even though it's just mac and cheese and nuggets. Well, she's still eating. That's what matters. Yeah. That's probably what in their head. That was their validation. No, but it's a topic that's been so important, especially to me right now as a first-time mom, is because, dude, I'm like, and you know how I asked you the other day, I was like, how do I make sure that I'm teaching this to Danilo very early on? Granted, he's a year old, but I'm like, when he starts to learn the eating, the just this whole thing, right? How do I start training him to see food as fuel, as something to nourish you, and how to start properly teaching him, like, oh, this food again is high in this, without restricting him, without feeling like, oh, she's telling me to not eat because I'm gonna get fat. You know?
But it's because it's not about...
How do you properly teach children?
It's because it's not about restriction. I think it's about letting them in on the knowledge of it, of like, hey, this kind of food, like whole foods, are to nourish your body, to get the nutritions. Yes, you can have, like, I don't know, sweets or whatever every now and then, but we're not gonna do that as our first choice. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Without restricting any and nothing is food,
good or bad. It's more so it's a conscious of choice. I don't know how else to put it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you feel, or how would you go about it?
I don't know. I've just been planning to, like, teach him very early on. Just, that's why I need to get educated on it, you know, fair. Myself first. Is just saying, hey, like, this food is high in protein, this food is high in fiber, this food is whatever, and a mix of all of these is what makes your body feel really good. And then there's the stuff we do love, which is the desserts, the cookies, whatever. The cakes, the sweets. We can have that too, but after we first nourish our bodies. Yeah. And I can spiel all the thing I want. It all comes down to the kids are watching. So I need to start doing that. That's why so true. I've been on this journey, you guys, of being more conscious of, yes, how I'm eating, but also the lifestyle I'm living. Like, I haven't cared to really get on this thing of being like my best self until I became a mom. Where I'm like, oh yeah, these habits down the road are not going to serve me. Yeah. And what is Danilo seeing in me in the next 5-10 years? Wow. And so I feel like it comes through not saying, but showing.
That's so powerful.
Yeah. And so that's something that I'm learning right now. Like, as we're speaking this, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to get it together and learn how to properly do like meals for dinner for ourselves, like stuff like that.
Because think about it, as a mom or whoever is a cook at home, I guess deals a lot. Like, you're basically the base point of where the kids get the nutrition knowledge.
Yeah, you're the one that's responsible for saying, hey, this is what's for dinner. This is what's for breakfast.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to choose to eat.
Yeah.
So I think it comes with just learning how to do that myself first to then be able to teach that and then pass it forward.
What do you say, though, to people that think that eating healthy is complicated? Because it's so much easier to grab frozen meals off the shelf.
You know what I'm learning in this season? I think that I'm learning that the literal, simple, boring, repeatable foods you can make outweigh more than any fancy thing you can do. Like, I was just telling my husband that we need to stick to boring, repeatable meals. And that, to me, specifically to me, is rice, vegetables, and some sort of meat, some sort of protein. I'm like, hey, we can honestly like switch out the protein every now and then to not be eating chicken, you know, all month. But like ground beef, salmon, if we just switch all those things out but kept the base of the plate, that would be so much, not only so much healthier, but so much easier. Because so that's something I lack in personally, is the whole having dinner ready early on, because it takes me such a like mental calories to be like, what's for dinner today? What's for dinner tomorrow? What are we gonna, you know? So I'm like, if we could just literally keep it boring and simple and nutritious, I feel like that would be a win for everyone.
Yeah. But it is also hard to, it's because this is what I was telling Liliana the other day, that we need to sometimes parent ourselves too in being like, it's okay to have boring meals. You don't need to be this extravagant chef in order to eat healthy. You know, just having the same boring plate every single day is gonna get you to where you need to. But honestly, you guys, this topic is so much deeper than we could dive into right now, because there's so much that comes with overeating. Like, when you overeat, you're also opening up your body for health issues and the other stuff that come along, as well as Liliana mentioned earlier, the insecurities that just come with not feeling you like your best version, you know? It's just, there's so much to it. And the enemy loves to use... No, I will say it that way, because think about it. In the Bible, Jesus got tempted with food. Food was a big deal in the Bible. If you guys
didn't know that until Donnie pointed it out. I was like, Donnie, you're right. When you think about it, the Bible does cover a lot of food stuff.
Yes, it does.
And who else got tempted with food in the Bible?
Eve.
Oh yeah. Jesus. Eve.
Esau.
Who is that?
I don't know how you say the name in English, but Esau was Jacob's brother.
What did he get tempted with?
Well,
fish?
No, the lentejas. Oh. He traded his blessing for a plate of food.
Ah, wow.
Like, okay. No, it's a big deal.
So it's deep. It's pretty deep.
It's pretty deep.
Okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be a temptation, and it's a struggle to break bad habits that you have with food when you're like barely understanding this. It's hard. It is hard. But God has so much more in store for us. If we just decide to like discipline ourselves in these areas of our life, we can just live such more fulfilled lives.
Yeah.
Like I'm just thinking over here, like, if I lose the weight and start treating my body in the way it deserves to be treated, because we're temples of the Holy Spirit and we need to take care of our bodies. I'm like, how much more fun could I have
if I wasn't 50 pounds overweight?
If I wasn't 50 pounds
trying
overweight.
to go hiking.
Trying to go. Exactly. I'm like, do you realize the treasures I can find out there? Being at the healthiest possible version of myself, you know?
Yeah. That's
I'm
true.
here for it.
Hey, that's true. I know that we said it's so much deeper. It really is. Think about all the activities you could and would enjoy doing so much. Yeah,
and think of what you're missing out while you're deciding to have the pleasure in the moment of being like, yeah, I'm gonna eat all this because it's so good. so good. And then you immediately regret it. Plus, long term, it's not something that you're gonna be like, oh yeah, like I had such a fulfilling life because I ate all of this. You know?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not fulfilling.
Someone said it on TikTok, and literally I just saw this yesterday, that if you really think about it, the secret is in the sauce. Literally. What do I mean by that? She explained it. I know I didn't get it at first, but she said, when people think they can't eat the same thing over and over again, yes, you can. You go to Chick-fil-A for chicken. You go to Wingstop for chicken. You go to whatever other thing for basically the same stuff. Why do you go there? For their sauces. So just eating the same boring thing and then just switching out your sauces for healthier alternatives. If you really think about it, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Well, that's a good
So she said the secret is in the sauce.
I love it.
Yeah. I was like, huh. True, girl.
But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys... Why do you think people think gluttony is a sensitive topic? Or food in general? Or being overweight?
I don't know. I was telling Danya that if it came from skinny people, it'd probably hit deeper. I'm like, but we're the right people to talk about it because we ain't skinny.
Yeah, we ain't skinny. We struggle with it. We understand it. Like
we're seeing the problem because we're in it. Exactly. We're like, oh yeah, this is an issue that definitely needs to get talked about.
So this is not a thing to shame anyone or anything. In fact, we're the ones we're dealing with it.
We're speaking to the choir here. We've noticed that there's such a need to understand that gluttony is so much deeper than just food, because it steals your joy. It steals your potential things that you could be out there doing, accomplishing.
Your purpose.
Oh,
yes.
It's so much deeper. Again, once you pull the lens back and say, hey, yeah, if I wasn't this overweight and if I understood to control the need that I have to eat everything in sight, your life would look so much different in all aspects of life.
And honestly, sometimes all you need to do is be like, Holy Spirit, I'm struggling in this area. Just help me, because we don't know. And he will open up the way for you to understand it, for you to start working on your habits, for you to get clearance on why it is you even struggle with this in the first place, you know?
Because how you said, it all points back to something else. It's the fact that when we're bored, we're eating. When we're tired, we're eating. When we're stressed, we're eating. When we're overwhelmed, we're eating.
And can I just say this? Maybe you picked up these habits as a child because of whatever. You didn't understand any of this, so you picked them up, right? And that's not your fault, but it is your fault if you decide to stay there after you understand it, after you learn this, and you're still like, well, whatever, this is what I've done my entire life, so let me just be overweight. I don't know. It is our responsibility at the end of the day to care for our bodies, even after getting to this point, you know?
Yeah. Even after being like, well, I'm far gone. No, let's do something about it, girl.
Let's do something about it for sure.
Yeah. No, that's fun. That's a good way to end it. Saying, hey, we're all in this together, okay, girl?
Let's do something about it, and let's do it together. It's more fun.
Anyways, does that wrap up this episode?
Yes, it does. That's a good point to end on.
That's a good point to end it on. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. If you liked it, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you guys are.
Let us know your thoughts, your opinions. What do you got to say about this?
Yeah. So we can feel like, hey,
because we're just here yapping about this, and giving you guys our 2 cents. But I love to get like everyone's take on this kind of stuff because I'm just like, I want to learn more too, you know?
Like, do you struggle with that too?
Do you struggle with it? And if you have overcome it, like what helped you? Like all of these things, you know? Give us all the tea.
Yes. If you're a fit queen, give us in the comments what's working for you, girl.
What's the discipline take on this, you know?
We got to start somewhere. But anyways, thank you guys for being here. We will see you guys in our next episode. Bye.
Bye.